Hello, everybody. This is Maxine Taylor with my full moon ceremony for Monday, August 3rd, 2020. I hope you all are enjoying these virtual full moon ceremonies as much as I am, even though I miss being at the Phoenix and Dragon and being there in person because, of course, part of the ceremony is to give everybody their own personal mantra, which then becomes the mantra for everybody in the group. And so by the time we leave, we are one. And it's always a love in. That's the only, I just dated myself, but it's a love in, and it's just beautiful. Now, of course, many, many more people can attend. Now, let me mention this to you. The full moon itself is tomorrow, Monday, August 3rd, Eastern Daylight Time, noon, actually 11:59 a.m. for those of you who have a lot of Virgo in your chart. I'm serious. So if you will convert the full moon from Eastern time to your time zone, you'll be able to use it to your best advantage. Also, we feel this full moon energy a good bit before it occurs and a good bit afterwards. So even though you may not be in the Eastern time zone, you'll feel it for the rest of the day. There is an energy, however, that many of you feel, and that is prior to the full moon, the day before, even the day of, you feel like a violin string that is being turned and tuned, and on the full moon it pops, and it's free, and it brings to manifestation what it promises for you in your birth chart. So after the full moon, a few hours afterwards, there is a tendency to start relaxing, which is always delightful. Now, I mentioned in your own birth chart, if you do not have a copy of your birth chart to follow along, just go to my website, MaxineTaylor.com, and order the printout of your actual birth chart. It's $5. You can't beat it with a stick. You know what I mean? Okay. So the first thing that we do is at a full moon ceremony is any announcements that we have, and we invite people. We shout out their names and invite them to attend. Those who are still in earthly form and those who were on the other side. So right now, if you need to pause this video and invite people over to your house or to watch it, please do. This is free of charge, and everybody is invited. Not just welcome, invited, wanted, because we are one. We are one. So I'm going to start with the description of where the full moon occurs in your solar chart. So a solar chart is we use when we don't have a birth time to use. There are many, 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 many of you watching this video, and I can't do a chart on everybody. So we put, let's say you're a Taurian, we put Taurus on the ascendant, and that describes all the Taurians. Now it also describes anybody with a Taurus ascendant. So this is for Sun in Taurus, ascendant in Taurus, Sun in Gemini, ascendant in Gemini, etc. Okay? Some of you have asked, well, do I look up my sun sign? Or, do I listen for my sun sign or my rising sign? And the answer is yes. You do both. So tomorrow's full moon is in 11 Aquarius 46. That is 11 degrees and 46 minutes of Aquarius. Find where that falls in your birth chart. I'm going to tell you where it falls in your solar chart. You look where it is in your birth chart and you'll have the total picture, because the solar chart and the birth chart work hand in hand. All right. So I'm going to start with Aquarius, because that's where the full moon is. And so Aquarius, this full moon urges you to do what you want, when you want, how you want, because you can do it your way. And Aquarians are saying, I always do it my way, because I know that my way is the best way for me. And that's true. It is the best way for you. So do it your way. Pisces is our next sign. And this time, Pisces, this full moon encourages you to pull back, swim away, and spend time on another plane, on the spirit plane. This is a very subconscious full moon for you that allows you to enjoy your own company more than anybody else's. And so you want to pull back and retreat in order to commune with spirit. Aries, this particular full moon activates your house of friendship. So spend time with your friends, particularly that one special friend who you can always count on. This particular full moon indicates that your humanitarian side is triggered beautifully, and it is. So enjoy being a friend to all. Taurus, this full moon helps your career, and my suggestion is move upward, not laterally, upward in your career. Step into the limelight, be the leader, and claim your authority, whether in the family or at work. Gemini, you really are seeing a much bigger picture. You're looking at the concept, the principle, and you're seeing options open to you you did not know that you had before. This is terrific. Your higher mind is now open. Beautiful. Cancerians, this is a time, number one, to help other people get their finances together, and for you to get any mutually beneficial financial projects together and working. It's also a time of secrets, analyzing things, getting to the heart of what is really going on, whether it's money or not. You are the psychic detective now. Leo, I have to say great, grand, glorious Leo, because the show does not begin until Leo arrives. This particular full moon emphasizes all of your important relationships, particularly that one special relationship. So it's time to get out there, interact with the public, interact with other people, and spend time with those who you enjoy being with. Put the other person first. Virgo, this particular full moon really activates your own personal area of the zodiac, which is the area of work, health, and service. So get down to business, cross those T's, dot those I's, take care of your health. Are you working out at a gym? Have you put your gym membership on hold because of the pandemic? This is a great time to focus on your job and your health and providing service, which thrills you down to your toes. Libra, it's time for you to have fun. This full moon says party, and it triggers children too. So if you have kids, they're going to want to spend time with you. And if you can combine your social life with theirs, fabulous. If not, party, just party. Okay, Scorpio. your home and family, and all those things that provide emotional security are triggered. Real estate comes up for grabs now. Are you thinking of buying a house, selling a house? Are there situations about your home that you want to work through, or do you just want to stay at home? Sometimes when I see this area activated, the person says, I just want to sit on the couch with a remote in my hand watching Netflix. So spend time at home with family or Netflix. Sagittarius, wow, you've got great ideas and you're sharing them with other people. You are a motor mouth right now when given the chance, because your mind is going 100 miles an hour with new ideas, big ideas. I love it. Communication with friends and relatives, perfect. Short trips, oh yes, definitely. And last but not least, Capricorn. And Capricorn, guess what this full moon triggers in your chart? Money. It brings your finances to a head. And so there are money situations that can present themselves, money opportunities that can present themselves. So take your energies and express them financially. You might say, should I buy a lottery ticket? Absolutely. You can't win if you don't buy a ticket. So that's the way this full moon is operating. It's really a humanitarian full moon. Now, at this point in the ceremony, I ask everybody to pull out their lists. Before you come to the full moon ceremony, you make a list of what you want to create for yourself. If you have not done that yet, you might want to put this video on pause and make a list, because this is the part of the ceremony where we burn our lists and release them to God, to Source. Call it whatever word or name resonates with you. God, Source, Spirit, the life force. And the reason we burn them is so that we can release them. Otherwise, we are mentally hanging on to the list. And if you're hanging on to the list, you are not letting Spirit deliver it to you. I have lived long enough to tell you that whatever you ask for in love, and sometimes they'll say in the name of Jesus or in God's name, when you do that, it is on the way to you. Now, I don't know when it's going to arrive, but it will be better than you thought it was going to be. That's been my experience and observation. So, I'm going to give myself a little room. Normally, I have a big old flower pot because we have 40, 50, 60, 70 people at my full moon ceremonies. And we need a big vessel to burn our lists in. But since it's just me doing it for myself and you, this works. Put a little earth in the bottom, because after all, we are starting a fire. And we tear up our lists. In little pieces. You can't see what I'm doing, can you? Tearing them up like snowflakes and putting them in the bowl. And those of you who've come to my full moon ceremonies know I don't do fire well. But I've got these great matches that seem to like me, and they cooperate. So I always have a fire starter. some of you know, Madeline has been my fire starter at Phoenix and the Dragon a good bit of the time lately. Well, not lately, but most recently. And she does a beautiful job of it. Maddie, I wish you were here now, honey. So here goes. Hot dog. And I'm just gonna touch the flame to my list. Oh, look at that, it's really going. And I release my list to God so that God can give me what I have asked for, even more than I have asked for, because when God delivers, it's big time. It's always bigger than we thought it would be. And it's sort of burning. For some reason, some paper is not real cooperative with the burning technique. And that's just what's so. So we release this. And if you're outdoors, you'll see that you have fire, earth, air, and get a cup of water and just pour it over the top and you'll have water. And so I am going to allow this to just burn itself out while I go through. I didn't bring any water with me. So I'm just going to let it burn itself out as I go through the rest of our beautiful ceremony. And those of you who have come to the ceremony know that as you're standing next to the flower pot, as the air and the breeze and sometimes the wind blows, the smoke from the fire wafts over you, and you wind up smelling that fire that everybody has contributed to. And so when you leave the ceremony, you remember it. Every time you take an inhalation, you remember it. And this thing is just sitting there having a great time. So I'm going to put it aside. I really like it as it smolders. I think I'm going to put it over here. Okay, there it goes. Now, this is the part that I just adore. This is the next part of our beautiful ceremony. It is never too late to create what you want. It's never too late to change the past to what you would have liked it to be. And that's the truth. And the way we do this is very, very simple. Think of your life as a movie that repeats constantly. It's always repeating constantly. Put this down here. And predictably, because once your programming is set in place and you have that neural pathway activated, that's how it goes from then on. And if life is a movie, you can't change the movie while the movie is playing, because you got the thing, a container of popcorn and in your lap, you got your Diet Coke. You can't change the story when the movie is playing, but you can put it back on the cutting room floor and you can change it from there. You can splice and edit. And to do that yourself, all you want to do is come from a state of love. So I always say, put your hand on your heart. because it makes you think of love and move into love. Some people are going through a very difficult time right now. It may be very difficult for you to move into a state of love. And I can help you with that. Quit focusing on what is and focus on the way you want it to be. When all of this is over, is money an issue? Is your health an issue? What would you like it to be? I'm going to move this closer because I'm concerned about the sound. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. And if you will visualize how you want your life to be, not how it is, after this chapter in your life has moved on, after you have burned your list, start planning what you're going to do after this time is over. And that will lift your spirits. That will put you in a more optimistic space, a more optimistic tone, state of mind, and you'll be able to see options you didn't know you had before. And what will happen is you're going to feel better. If only for a second. You might say, well, I don't know what I really want yet. Think of something that you love. And I'm going to be very silly right now. Do you love dark chocolate? Think of dark chocolate. Do you like riding your bicycle? Ride your bicycle mentally. In other words, whatever it takes to get you into a positive state, a loving, happy, optimistic state, do it. And then with your hand on your heart, you can move into a state of love. You'll have this video, and you'll want to download it and save it so that you can watch it when you need it, because this full moon is going to be in effect for 2 weeks. All right. So with your right hand over your heart, you're in a state of love. And the way you recreate what you want is you go back to the beginning. What was the beginning? When you were born. It is never too late for a second chance. And by that, I mean a third chance or a fourth chance or a fifth chance. And so here's what we do. Those of you who've never been to one of my full moon ceremonies in person, I suggest that you put out your right hand, and there's something that you want very, very badly. You want it so badly. Oh my gosh, thinking about it could make you weep. You want it so badly. Put it in your right hand. And then, without one thought, ask yourself, what is blocking me from having that? Extend your left hand and put your block in your left hand. It can be a person, it can be a place, it can be an event, it can be a situation, whatever it is. It can be fear, it can be shame, whatever. And when you see that, when you feel that, don't use your mind to come up with it. You just ask, what is it? There it is. You take it and you toss it up to God. You send it to God. Literally, you get rid of it. You might say, well, it's a person. Cool. Send that person to God. Release your emotional attachment to that person, place, or thing simply by keeping, well, you already have your right hand full. I was going to say, keep your right hand on your heart. You can do that too if you want to. But you've got what you want in your right hand. And this is what's keeping you from it in your left. And so you get rid of it. You don't need it. You don't want it. All right. And then we're going to go back to that moment when you were born. And when you were born, you were pure love. You were angelic. You were adorable. And let me mention something a little beyond that. If you are watching this video right now, and you are with me right now, you are a light worker. You may be a star seed or a walk-in, but you come from the light. And this step is to reconnect you naturally with the light, which is what you are, which is the living God that inhabits the body wherein you dwell. That's who you are. Anything else is not true. You are spirit in an earthbound body. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go back. I'll count down for you. And you're going to say, I, followed by your full name that you were given at birth. No nicknames unless that was what you were given. And I'm going to carry you through a group of acceptances. And an acceptance means you open yourself to spirit, to God, to Jesus, to whoever or whatever represents God to you. And you allow that loving energy to pour down from the top of your head into every cell of your body and out the soles of your feet. So, at the count of 3, you're going to say, I, followed by your full name at birth. 1, 2, 3. I, full name at birth. Take back my heart. Take back your heart the way I just described. I take back my soul. And you can say this out loud if you want. I take back my mind. I take back my body. I take back my honor. I take back my identity. What is your identity? God in an earthbound body. I take back my self-respect. I take back my God-given powers, talents, and abilities. I take back my life. And let that love of God, from God, pour down through the top of your head, into every cell of your body, and out the soles of your feet. And what you're feeling now should be a very positive feeling. You can do this any time of day that you want to recapture it. You now have it on video. It's that simple. And what we're going to do now normally at my full moon ceremonies, this is where I go around the circle of 40, 50, 60, 70 people and give everybody a mantra. As an empath, I read everybody one at a time in that circle. Yeah, I know. Been doing it for years. It's each person's individual mantra, but it's also the mantra for the entire group, because each group is different. And it is these mantras that unite us as one by the end of the ceremony. So, I have here my star cards that I made up. Each one has a little star on the back of them. I was tired of cards that were questionably positive. You know what I mean? If I'm pulling a card to be uplifted, I want it to be uplifting. Thank you very much. So I have here some beautiful cards that I designed myself. You can do this yourself. Bring it to Office Depot. They'll laminate it. These are all laminated. They last forever. And what I'm going to do now is pull those star cards that represent this group of empowered people, because we're going to take our own personal empowerment a step higher, because I have a final step that I think it's time for us to share with the world. Okay, so here we go. The first mantra: claim your success. What you say is, I claim my success. Okay, cool. I claim my success. Next mantra: claim your prosperity. I claim my prosperity. When I claimed my prosperity, I was at a turning point. When I claimed my prosperity, I became prosperous. Wow, this is very interesting. You are a money magnet. Say, I am a money magnet. This is exciting, isn't it? So far, success, prosperity, and money. Woo! I saw a while back that if I was going to make a real difference on this planet, to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish for all my brethren around the world, it would take some money. Okay. You are limitless. I am limitless. That's your mantra. You can do anything you want. Remember, if I could legalize astrology in the middle of the Bible Belt in 1968, 69, you can do anything. You are special. I am special. You are brilliant. I am brilliant. And if you have little children with you, let them say that loud and proud. You have mega energy. I have mega energy. Because of everything that's been going on, we have been drained of energy. You reclaim that energy. You have mega energy. You are wise. I am wise. You are healed. I am healed. Wow. 3 more. I hope you're getting excited about these, because I am. You are a superstar. I am a superstar. Just say the last thing I said, okay? Now, if you have little kids, you might go around and say, you are a superstar, you're a superstar, you're a superstar. And have them say, I am a superstar. They're never too young. You are gorgeous. I'm gorgeous. And don't let your mind say, oh my God, if you could see what I look like. You're gorgeous within and without. And the last star card. You are radiant. I am radiant. Okay. One other popped up, and I'm going to put it on top of all of them. You tell the truth. I tell the truth. Okay. What I'd love to do with you now, picture yourself with me in an enormous circle, bigger than any we've ever had, at the Phoenix and Dragon on their patio. And we are all holding hands around the globe. Everyone, every color on this planet, every religious and sexual persuasion, every political persuasion. We are spirit in the material. And right now, knowing that love is the universal antidote to every problem, and knowing how much we crave love and peace and truth. See all of us around the world right now in a circle, sending everything we got from these beautiful star cards that is now emerging upward as light and directed around the planet. Light ends darkness. Evil cannot be in the light. It either has to move into the light or disappear. We as a team right now send love to those energies, to those areas, to those people who represent the darkness, who are in people who are in need of money, health, love. And we send everybody without any expectations, because if you put out expectations, you're setting yourself up for hurt and disappointment. We are light beings, and we're sending our light. I don't know how many of us are on this video or watching this video or will watch it. Everyone, send out light around the world to our brothers and sisters of light everywhere. We are not alone. We are love itself. We incarnated at this point to bring love, to bring light to our planet. And we send it out knowing that it will, once we release it, be directed where it needs to go. And so, my dear friends, many, many, many of you who I have never met or I haven't met yet, it is my joy to be with you every month on my full moon ceremony. And I hope you'll join me next month when once again we move into the light and claim our truth and take back our life. So, my blessing for all of you, dear friends, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Peace and love.